How's it going, gents? Here we are in a quarry on the brand new 2018 Tiger XCA 800. More of an off-road focused than the 1200 that I tested. And we're going to try it out here because, you know, take a Tiger, they said. It'll be fun, they said. Got my mate Tristan, Adam, on his another giant elephant off-road bike. We'll see how this one goes, eh? I'm in enduro mode. It doesn't have the best rear, but it has a good front, and that's all about we need, isn't it? So we're going to see how this thing actually performs. Got a couple little hill climbs here that we can try out, and then we're going to do a big kind of fire track dirt road, because that's more kind of what these things are going to do. You can't really expect guys to be doing single tracks on these bikes, but you know, we're going to try a single track as well, because I'm an idiot and I like properly testing things. Lots of power, really good low first gear. It's, you know, kind of like your freaking low range on a four-wheel drive, this first gear. You can lug down to, you know, couple of k's an hour and it's not going to stall on you and stuff, which is what you want, really. These kind of bikes, you don't want to have to be putting your legs down and shit. Let's go through the little puddle. I know these puddles aren't too too deep. That hill climb's very difficult. That's my 450 kind of hill climb, that one. Not going to try that one on this bike. It does have crash bars and all the protection and stuff. I don't want to trash old Trump's bike too much. We'll go through this puddle. It looks a little worse than it is. It's not that bad, actually. Ooh, maybe it is going a little bit deeper. The four-wheel drive's going through it. And up the hill we go. Very easy, very easy. Taking up some of these big, nice ruts up here. So yeah, we are going to do a single track. It's quite an easy single track. There's one or two little hard bits in it. It should be a good test of this bike. I'm no nerd though. I'm not good at riding giant bikes. I haven't ridden a big bike since the GS. Oh, that was a big drop off. Ooh, forget how much this bike weighs until you kind of stop. And riding it's actually really kind of good. Good front tire is all about I need. Ooh, all right, I'm in enduro mode, so I got ABS on the front, no ABS on the rear. That's that hill my Jeep got up. We're going to keep going down here though. Oh jeez, that's all right. We're all good. We can get down this. Just roll it out. Not a lot of brakes. So as you can see, you can take these through a little bit of off-roading. But fire tracks, dry stuff, that's what they're really best for. Dirt roads and stuff, they're absolutely brilliant. As I said, when I rode the 1200 GS, it's kind of like drifting a car. You keep the front kind of pointed where you want to go. You just do whatever you want on the rear. Kind of freaking sorts it out. Pretty freaking good, man. It adds a whole nother dimension to riding what's generally a pretty, you know, this is a pretty boring kind of easy track on the 450. Try and do this, you know, third gear fully wrapped and stuff, but it just adds a whole nother dimension being on such a bigger, you know, more challenging bike to ride than a little trail bike or something. Power! Jesus. Ah, it's just wheel spinning. Oh no, those cars. What a travesty. It is. You did pick the steppy up, but it's a bit. I think I got that little bit more traction and clearance on the Tigers. Also, gents, I know everyone freaking asks me. This is a quad lock mount. Quad lock, best mount in the world. It never breaks. Crashed on it many times. Wheelies, jumps, perfect. Try a little bit more of a jump. Woo! There we go. Oh no, I'm at half a tank. I've only got 200 kilometers of range. Great for standing up. Always got good ergonomics of standing up these bikes. I think they know people who are going to be actually off-roading them are going to be doing a hell of a lot of standing up. So I find the only really way to off-road these bikes, these bigger 800s, 1200s, well, is you've got to be standing up all the time. I can be quite lazy on my 250 and 450 and sit down quite a lot for a lot of things, but these bigger bikes, really, to be able to move the bike around, you really got to be standing up. So I like that they've always got ergonomics set up for that. Cool additions to this bike. Now this bike, it is a little bit, when you come off the 1200 road version, I had the fully spec'd out 1200 road version, you do miss a couple things on this bike. Obviously they're trying to keep the weight down a little bit and have a cheaper price point. It's just, if you haven't ridden the 1200, you're not going to care, but if once you've ridden the 1200, you're like, oh, I like that bit. So you don't have, there's no quick shifter on this, there's no electric windscreen, there's no keyless key, wireless key, you know, things that you really don't need for an off-road bike. But if you've had the 1200 before, you'll kind of come to like those little items. You don't get the electric WP suspension, another thing that was brilliant on the 1200. I will say that this suspension's great as well. No, I'm not bagging out the suspension off-road on this at all, but I think it's the ability to switch from road to on-road. You know, it's hard to make the settings perfect in both situations, and that's where electric suspension, I think, comes in, because you can actually change the suspension settings just on your mode. So when you go to road to off-road version, it's going to automatically change it. The rear is just, I wish someone had a camera on the rear of this bike. The front is really stable and brilliant. There's a really good track up there. I don't want to do it on this though. That's a dirt bike only track, that one. I mean, this is the perfect kind of terrain to test a bike like this. It's hard and rocky, so traction's no dramas. You know, when you get into the slimy stuff, that's when you're gonna feel the weight of these bikes, and it's just gonna be spinning the rear. So it's got some other really great features. I mean, the dash on this is another one of Triumph's LCD TFT displays, which has got everything, which is what they're putting on all their new bikes now. Absolutely brilliant, lots of information. It's also really fuel economical, this triple. I'm getting like on the freeway between like 3 and 4 liters per 100 kilometers, which out of, I think, a 20 liter tank could probably get you close to 400 k's of range. It's got heated grips, it's got, yeah, as I said before, heated rider seat and pillion seat. The 1200 actually had a switch for the pillion, the 800 doesn't. It's got to be done by the rider, it's got to switch it on. I know my wife, we're commuting on this bike to work every day, and it's freezing because it's the middle of winter here in Australia. So I'm just switching it on full heat all the time when I get on the bike. I wish you could see what the rear's doing there. Okay, we are in the single track. It is wet, it is slimy. This will be a test of the Tiger. Test of the Tiger's slow agility, its stall point. I'm not going to try and do this fast. Normally on the 450 I come freaking blazing through here, but I just want to get through it on this bike. That's the goal. It's going to be slimy. Adam's probably going to have an even harder time. He's got not as much knobby as me on his V-Strom 1000. But also this is a brand new bike that isn't mine, so I don't want to wreck it. That's my goal, is to just not wreck the bike. Bike is starting to warm up a little bit. Fans are on. I don't think it should be a problem. I'll just keep an eye on the temperature. Quite a cold day. It's 8 degrees here. Geez, it is cold. So I doubt it's going to overheat. I know the 450 would overheat out here because it doesn't have a thermo fan. Didn't come stock with a thermo fan, so it boils the coolant whenever I take it out single tracks. I think we're coming up to our first obstacle, which is the walking bridge of death. Alright, so goal is to stop on the little bridge and then nah, no traction. Oh, now we're going to struggle, aren't we? Now this should be fun. Oh, we're getting a little bit. We're getting a little bit. We've got a couple logs. No. 1, 2, Magoo. Woo! Done.
You're getting closer each time.